Colleen and I have a 6-month-old baby now. Oh my God. I cannot believe Flynn is already 6 months old. Everyone tells you when you have a baby like that it flies by, and you hear that your whole life, like time flies when you have a baby, but you don't understand how fast it actually goes until you have a baby. Oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with him, and I can't wait to tell you everything that he's been up to now that he is 6 months old. I really like making these videos, number one, because I like looking back on my life, and I think it'll be really fun to look back on my son's life and see what he was doing when he was 3 months old, when he was 6 months old, when he was a year old, and having kind of a visual diary I think will be really fun for me as a mom. But also I think it's great for other moms out there because I watch videos like this. When Flynn is approaching a new age or milestone, I'll watch other moms talk about what their kid is going through so that I can see, you know, what to expect. If you're a mom watching this, hey, what's up? I'm gonna tell you how my kid is doing. And if you don't have a kid, but you are a kid, like, what's up? This is not gonna be interesting to you. Ew, I just did a peace sign. Okay, so let's see, where do I start? I guess the biggest news about Flynn now that he's 6 months old is that he has a tooth. Oh my God, he has a tooth. My baby has a tooth. RIP my nipples. It was pretty brutal. Everyone says that teething is rough, and it is rough, but it's mostly just really sad as a parent to watch your baby be in pain. You just want to take the pain away. His first tooth came while I was touring, so he comes with me when I tour, and this last weekend I did a couple shows in Sacramento and in San Jose, and so he came with us, and it was his first flight, so we also got that out of the way in his first 6 months of life. First nights away at a hotel for more than just one night, traveling for long stretches of time in a car, all of that stuff happened while he was getting his first tooth. So poor little guy was having a hard time, but we got through it, and now his tooth is through, and it's so cute, and now he's not in pain anymore. Update, since I filmed this video 2 days ago, now Flynn is getting his second tooth. So the whole like, yay, he's not in pain anymore, it lasted 1 day. I'm pretty sure this is how it is, like basically for the first year or two. They're just kind of always teething, so oh well. I'll try to talk about this as quickly as possible for those of you who don't have babies and aren't interested in this. This was our experience with our son teething. I've known he was teething for a while because I felt his gums, and his gums felt a little more like bumpier than usual, if that makes sense. They just felt like a different shape. My fingers are always in his mouth, and so I know what his gums feel like, and they felt a little bit different. Some babies get fevers when they are teething. He never got a fever. He did get a runny nose. He got some congestion at night, a lot more drooling, and obviously a lot more fussing. Think about it. A sharp, sharp tooth is jabbing through your sensitive gums. Like, it's extremely painful for a little baby, so he was really sad. Things that helped Flynn get through teething were infant Tylenol. We took his teething toys, we put them in the freezer so that he could chew on those, and the coldness really helped kind of numb his gums a little bit, and also just felt good. Cold water bottles, we let him like kind of chew on the bottom of cold water bottles. He really liked that. He was fussy for about a week, but there were like 2 days where it was really, really bad, and I could see a little divot in his gums. I'll show you a picture. So there's like a tiny little divot in his gums, and I knew, oh, that tooth's gonna poke through at any moment, and it did. 2 days later, that tooth busted through, and he has a tooth now, so it's really exciting. He's growing up. My little baby's getting older. Another exciting thing about Flynn in his first 6 months of life is, yes, he had his first flight. I was so nervous about this. Everyone hates a crying baby on a plane. Everyone complains about a crying baby on a plane. I have done it in the past. I've been on a plane with a crying baby and been like, ugh, best birth control ever, am I right? Now that I am on the other side of it, I would like to publicly apologize to all parents who have ever traveled with a child for ever having those feelings, because I guarantee you, if you are on a plane with a screaming baby, no matter how annoying and awful it is for you, it is 10 billion times worse for the parent with a screaming child. Flynn actually did really, really great on his first 2 flights. They were short flights, only about 45 minutes each, but that first 10-15 minutes of just sitting on the plane waiting for it to start was really rough for us. He was crying, he was flailing around, he didn't want to be sitting in my lap, he didn't want to be eating, he didn't want to be playing with toys, so it was really, really rough. But then once we got up into the air, he started to nurse, and he fell asleep, and he slept the whole flight there, and he slept the whole flight back. This weekend we're flying to Arizona because I have shows in Phoenix and Tucson, and then in a couple weeks we're flying to Salt Lake City, and then in a couple months I'm flying to New York City to do a Broadway show. Then there's gonna be more traveling after that, so he needs to get used to flights and he needs to stop crying on them. I wanted to give you guys an update on Eduardo. So the last time I did an update video on Flynn, I told you guys that he was obsessed with this little tiny drawing of an Eduardo, and I just want to say thank you so much. So many of you sent little Eduardos to my P.O. box. You made them, you knitted them, sewed them with felt. He loves them all a lot, but there is one in particular that I think he thinks it's actually Eduardo come to life. And my friend Anthony actually had it made by this company called Budsies. You guys saw my video and you all tweeted me about this company, but this company is actually kind of cool. Like if your kid draws a character, you can send it to them and they will make a real life stuffed animal of the character that your child has come up with. So it's actually a cool company. This is not a sponsorship, it's not an ad. I just think it's a really cool company. And Flynn loves this stuffed animal. There are some pictures of him meeting Eduardo for the first time, and they are the cutest pictures in the whole world. So thank you to Anthony, thank you to Budsies, and thank you to everyone who made him and Eduardo. Flynn loves them all, so thank you so much. Flynn is eating solids now, which is crazy. He's mostly just eating breast milk still, but he does have food from time to time. So he has had bananas, he's had sweet potato, and he's had avocado, and that's it so far. Now that he's 6 months, our pediatrician has recommended a few other things, so we're gonna start adding those things into his diet. But I personally am not really stoked on feeding him solids. One, it's way easier to just pull out my boob and feed him, and it's less messy. And two, his poops now are like poop. Like when a baby poops and all they eat is breast milk, it's like, you don't really think of it as poop. It's like runny. But if you add like bananas or sweet potato or avocado to the mix, like it kind of turns into more like poop. I don't know, it's not as cute. He's talking a lot more. He loves to talk. And he loves to sing. When I put him to sleep, I usually hum to him or sing to him. It's time to go to sleep, baby Flynn. And we can have adventures again tomorrow. He now starts to sing with me. So if I'm trying to put him to sleep, he'll be like, ah. Really, really cute. He wants me to sing him to sleep now. So he's singing, he's talking a lot more. He's giggling, which is freaking adorable. He's grabbing things a lot. So right now, if you put anything in front of him, basically anything, he will grab it. Like he will reach for it and he'll grab it with both hands and he will shove that ish in his mouth. So that's a fun new thing that Flynn does a lot. He is rolling over. Flynn was a little bit late on this one. Most babies are rolling over, I think around 3 months, and he just wasn't. He's rolling over a lot more now, but it took a really long time for him to learn to roll over onto his back and especially learn from his back to his tummy. Flynn is sitting up on his own now. He's still a little wobbly and he'll fall over from time to time, but he does love to sit up in front of his bowl of toys and play with his toys and suck on everything and fall over, and it's really, really cute. He's also strong enough for me to hold him on my hip now, which is wild. His whole life, essentially, I've had to hold him like over my shoulder like this, or both my arms holding him like this, like a baby. And now I can put him on my hip and I have one arm free, which as a mom is really exciting to be able to have one of my arms free to be able to do other things. He started imitating me and Eric and what we do with our tongue, which is fun. That sounded really weird. Something new that's happened since I filmed this video is now Flynn is reaching for us, which is really exciting and super cute. And I want to show you guys. Where's Daddy? Good boy. Good mommy. Yeah, good boy. Flynn loves little jumper things right now where you put him in and he kind of stands in it and he plays with toys around him and he can touch the floor and kind of jump. He's very interested in that. He wants to be standing at all times. Flynn hates tummy time still. He has hated tummy time since he was born. He despises being on his tummy. Sorry I keep touching my hair, by the way. It's really greasy. I haven't washed it in a while, so I'm like really self-conscious about it. So I just keep like touching it, hoping that you won't notice that it's really greasy and not clean. But now I'm realizing the more I touch it, the more attention I'm bringing to it, and the more you guys are gonna notice that it's really disgusting. So don't judge me. Another thing I forgot to mention is his hair is coming back. So he was born with a lot of hair and then most of it came out and now it's growing back in, and it's growing back in very blonde. He had dark brown hair and then it turned like a red. Now it's turning blonde. So we'll see what he ends up with. And he still has blue eyes. Eric and I both have brown eyes. His eyes are still bright blue. I think they're gonna change still, maybe to like a hazily color. My mom thinks they're staying blue. We'll see what happens. Sleep. Okay, I'm nervous to talk about this one. So in the parenting, motherhood community, there's a lot of incredible women, strong, powerful, amazing women. And there's also a lot of strong, powerful, amazing women who are judgy. And so it's scary to talk about how you're raising your kid and what you're doing with your baby, because there's bound to be other parents out there who think you are doing it wrong and who want to tell you how awful you are as a parent. When I tell people I'm a new parent, everyone asks me, oh, is he sleeping through the night? That's literally the first thing everyone says to me when they see I have a baby. And I always go like, no, not yet. And they're like, oh, No. Are you sleep training him? Have you tried crying it out? And I just want to let you know, parents out there, if your baby is sleeping through the night, that is so awesome, and I'm so happy for you, and that must be so incredible. If you are a parent who doesn't have a kid who sleeps through the night, that's okay, and you are a good parent, regardless if your baby sleeps through the night or not. My baby does not sleep through the night. He has never slept through the night. He's 6 months old, and he has not once slept through the night. He wakes up a lot. When I say he doesn't sleep through the night, I don't mean that like he's awake all night long. Basically what happens is he sleeps for like 4 or 5 hours, and then he wakes up and he wants a little snack. Then he wakes up every hour and a half to 2 hours and won't fall back asleep until he's had a little cuddle and a kiss and a little snack. So it's not like he's up all night screaming, it's just he wakes up very often, and that's okay. And I'm not frustrated with him. I'm not like, why won't you sleep through the night? I'm like, cool, more time I get to spend with him, and my baby's waking up because he wants to cuddle me and he wants to know that I'm there, and that makes me happy, so I'm not too worried about it. But here's the deal. If you sleep train your kid, that is so awesome, and I'm so happy that works for you. Do what's best for you and your kid, and that's the right thing. We've got a really hectic, crazy life. I tour constantly. We're moving to New York City for 2 months and then coming back. I'm hoping to tour a lot more this year, and if that happens, I might end up doing a bus tour where we will live on a bus for a long period of time. So for me to figure out a schedule with Flynn where I show him like, okay, this is your crib, we are in your bedroom, you fall asleep on your own in this room with this noise machine on and this light on the roof, doesn't make sense for our lifestyle, because he needs to learn how to fall asleep in someone's arms backstage while there's loud blaring music. He needs to learn to fall asleep in a hotel room in a random city. He needs to learn how to fall asleep on an airplane. He needs to learn how to fall asleep in his car seat in a car on a long drive. So for me, the thought of making sure he has his routine in his room, in this crib, and this is the only way he falls asleep doesn't work for the lifestyle that we live. For me, the most important thing is that he knows how to fall asleep when he's in mommy's arms, because that way I know no matter where we are, I can get him to fall asleep if he needs a nap or if he needs to go down for the night. So that's kind of where we're at with that. He doesn't sleep through the night, and it's okay, we're tired. We'll figure it out, and eventually he'll sleep through the night, and that'll be really exciting. But for now, he doesn't, and that's okay too. That's all the things I can think of that are updates on Flynn, but that's it. He is the best thing in the whole world. I'm obsessed with him. I adore my son. I love every moment of motherhood. I love when he wakes me up at 4 in the morning and he's crying and he needs a cuddle. I love when he poops all over the bed, because that has happened a couple of times. I love every time he pees on us, because that happens all the time too. I love every morsel of motherhood. I love being that kid's mom. It's the best. Yeah, I'm so excited and happy that I get to be his mom, and I can't believe he's half a year already. Anyway, love you guys, and I hope you like this little update video. I will see you soon. Bye.